Wow, guys, it feels so good to be back and making a video. So I'm sorry, I've been really lacking on my content. Like, really, this channel's been dead for like a few months since I just really haven't uploaded anything. But just a lot's been going on lately. I'm sure y'all know already and are probably well informed, unless you've been living under a rock, about the whole coronavirus issue. Schools and stuff are shutting down. So now, since I don't have school, I could be making a lot more videos, which is what you guys are going to see soon. So I'm going to be making a whole lot more videos, hopefully. So I'm going to be just basically trying to be making as much videos as I can. So a lot of people don't know this. Before we get into the video, a lot of people don't know this, but I write lyrics. So if this video gets 30 likes, 30, I'm gonna drop a rap video. It's gonna be 100% original, just me, 100% original written song. I might use like a free beat from YouTube or something, but it's gonna be 100% original. So if this video gets 30 likes, I'll drop a rap video. I average like maybe like 12 likes per video. So if I average like 12 likes per video, man, I might be able to get 30 likes, who knows. And then I average like maybe like 50, 60 views a video. So yeah, I'm gonna try and see if this video gets 30 likes. So let's get right into the Ratatouille review. So this movie begins with a commercial basically showing how Chef Gusteau, he's one of the main characters. He's the main character, the main chef. So it cuts to the food critic, Ego is his name, and he's talking about his book, Anyone Can Cook. So Ego, he's a critic. He's criticizing, his belief, I don't think anyone can cook, this and that. I think this sets the tone of the movie really well, because it kind of just really gives off that vibe that Ego is like, he's this kind of guy, and you really get to see Ego's character development throughout the whole movie, which I think is really cool, because he just turns out to be a really cool character at the end, and he bonds with Remy and Linguini really well, so I think that's pretty cool. So like I said, it sets the tone of the movie really well. So then you meet the main character of the movie, and he opens up by saying how much his life sucks. And I honestly really like this part, because you can learn a lot about him in just this scene, and it really introduces him really well, and it introduces his dad, his brother, Emil, which are also main characters, and it also introduces them pretty well. I really like how it introduces this whole opening scene, this whole Act 1. I think it's really good for the whole movie and things like that. So yeah, I really think that's pretty cool for the whole Act 1. So Remy's basically saying, like I said, his life sucks. He's saying, I'm the poison guy, ever since my dad found out I could smell really good, I have to sniff things out, and he's basically telling him how he feels different from all the other rats, and he just kind of feels used like a slave or something, which I think it really does set the tone for the movie. Man, I said this like 10,000 times already, but yeah, I really like this opening Act 1 a lot. So after this, they get attacked by the old lady that lives in the house on top. So like their rat colony is on top of the old lady's house, right? And that's the old lady's house is where Remy goes to watch TV and learn about cooking and stuff, because he has a passion for cooking, like it's introduced in the Act 1. So they attack Remy, and Remy gets separated from his family, and Remy gets lost in the sewers, and all he has is Gusteau's book that he took from the old lady's house. So he finally climbs out of the sewer after just, battling his own mind, and he tries to find food, So he tries to find food. Now, I must say that the music goes really well with the movie at this point. You could just really tell the music is really good at setting the tone, and it really, I don't know what the word would be, but you really like feel the music, it goes along with the movie so well. Not in the sense of like Shrek 2. Shrek 2's soundtrack and music is used differently. It still goes along really well. Like, I'm just giving it as a comparison. Shrek 2's music is really related to the characters, and it's really emotionally related to the characters, and it really sets the tone of scenes really well. This movie the music doesn't really have to go along with the characters or shows the characters' development in the music, but it kind of sets the tone. It's really thumpy at sometimes it's upbeat, sometimes it could be sad music, sometimes it's just music that's like the French not type of music. I don't know like how to really describe it, but the music goes along really good, and they do a really good job at doing that. So Remy, he stumbles along Gusteau's restaurant because his imagination of Gusteau, his conscience, I guess you could say, leads him into Gusteau's restaurant, and he realizes that he's been under Paris this whole time, which is Paris, is like a real food influential place, I guess. So Remy's pretty cool with this. So he falls into the restaurant and he starts making soup that Linguini ruined. After Linguini was introduced, he goes to Chef Skinner, which is like the head chef, I guess. After Remy gets introduced to him, gives him a letter which contains very important information, which will be addressed later because we're not there yet. So he falls in there, he starts making the soup and mixing and this and that, and you really get to see that wow, the rat does have talent. He could whip up a good pot of soup. Sorry. He could whip up a good pot of soup. So they find the rat, and then everyone goes crazy. They're like, oh, rat in the kitchen, oh! Everyone goes crazy, and it's kind of a pretty funny scene. Everyone's trying to chase it, and you could see like how Remy's trying to escape. So he catches the rat, and he tries to like kill him. He's supposed to go kill him, and this scene's pretty hilarious. So yeah, he takes the rat out of the kitchen, and they're about to throw him, and he says, don't kill him in here. It's so funny. So yeah, he gets the rat out of the kitchen because so basically Remy made a soup that Linguini ruined. I don't know if I said this, I'm sorry. So Remy made a soup that Linguini ruined, and the chef boss guy, he finds the rat in the kitchen, and he says, oh, rat, get the rat out. So he makes Linguini go kill it. What happens next is that the rat and Linguini, I keep calling him the rat, his name's Remy. So Remy and Linguini both make an agreement saying that, okay, if you could cook, then this and that. So he takes him to his apartment after they make their deal. And the next morning he has to recreate the soup that he made. So, he doesn't really know how to control it. So how to control Remy, because like how to make Remy recreate the soup without anybody knowing that there's a rat basically controlling him. So it turns really funny. He goes into work that morning all squirmy because the rat's biting him and walking around him, and he goes into the what's it called, the pantry. He goes into the pantry, and it's literally the funniest thing. So the chef catches him. He's like, what are you doing in my pantry? He's all mad and stuff, and he says the funniest thing on his way out. So Linguini says, oh, I'm just familiarizing myself with vegetables, and he says, get out of my pantry. And then on his way out, he literally says, one can get too familiar with vegetables, That is like a perfect impression. That's literally what he sounds like in the movie. I'm not even joking. Wow, I did that perfectly. That's crazy. So after that, Remy realizes that he can control Linguini with his hair. So it's pretty funny the next scene after that, because there's like a montage of them trying to control himself and learn basically his new ability to be controlled. So he gets paired to work with Colette. So she has to learn and cook more stuff that basically she has to teach him to cook more stuff because Linguini needs to know. Sorry, I was like, my mind pooped a little bit right there, sorry. So basically, like I said, he gets paired with Colette, and they have to like basically be kitchen partners, I guess. So yeah, they have to be kitchen partners, and she's like kind of teaching him everything about the kitchen and what to do and what goes where and this and that, and it's pretty cool because like you see their character bond, and you really get to see them like what's it called, like character development, I guess you could say. I don't know. So this is a pretty funny next scene. It's kind of like another montage right after the other montage. One thing I want to note is that the animation is really good for 2007. Just like Finding Nemo, which is I love Nemo. I feel like everyone knows I love Nemo at this point. I love Nemo. Like Finding Nemo has really good animation too. For 2003, like these old Disney movies, they're like high budget, dude. Like really high budget, like because the animation is just so good. I think my next review might be Monsters Inc. Or maybe, yeah, Monsters Inc. Definitely my next review. Okay, so after Colette teaches him how to cook, he basically, Linguini accidentally again makes something really good, and it's called like basically they could just call it a special order. It's like some old Gusto recipe that didn't do that well, but since Linguini like accidentally added some stuff, and it gets really popular. So next is another really cool montage. It's just really nice, this movie, how everything pieces together, and the pacing's really good. You see a lot of these like little montages, not montages I guess, but more like not clips put together, I guess. Yeah, you could say a montage of everything that goes together quite well. So yeah, like I said, they get a special order, a dish that's really popular. Colette and Linguini become friends. So Linguini gets stuck cleaning all night, so Colette gets there, and while Linguini is asleep, she tries to have a conversation with him, but she kind of gets mad, and Linguini tries to explain to her about Remy, about Remy controlling him and that he really can't cook and this and that, but it doesn't really work out that well. She kind of just motorcycles away, as he says in the movie. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't really work out. So skip back to the critic. Ego is typing, and basically like Ego's manager, I guess you could say, or like right hand man, or like information guy, messenger manager dude. He basically tells him that, oh, Chef Gusteau's place is getting popular again. They have these new dishes. It's getting back, and this and that and this, and you might have to review it soon because they're getting this. And Ego gets pretty mad. So Gusteau is popular again, like I said. So the chef is talking to Linguini, and he says get his lawyer because he thinks that Linguini might be Gusteau's son. And it skips to a montage of Colette and Linguini having fun. So Remy tries to sneak some of his friends some food because he met back up with Emile, his brother. So yeah, like I said, he met back up with Emile, his brother. So he tries to sneak them some food, and he goes into the office, and he finds out, since Remy can read, he finds out that Linguini is Chef Gusteau's son, and this is basically Linguini's the rightful owner of the restaurant, since Chef Gusteau died, and there's only like kind of like a matter of time before he could actually find out, saying that he's Linguini, saying that he's Chef Gusteau's son. So it's kind of like a not time crisis, but a time crunch that Remy has to kind of basically expose the secret that Linguini is Chef Gusteau's son. So now Linguini is living his best life after everything was basically cleared that he was Chef Gusteau's son. So they find out. So Linguini's living his best life. Chef Skinner gets fired for lying all these years. So during a photo shoot, the food critic walks in through the door, Ego, and he confronts Linguini, saying that he will go and review the restaurant. So Linguini gets mad at Remy. So Remy plans to raid the pantry for the whole rat clan for food. So Linguini gets back to the restaurant and finds that the rats are all eating the food in the pantry. So the next morning, and he is kind of scared, and Remy gets captured by the other chef, Chef Skinner, the one that got fired when everyone found out that that Linguini was Chef Gusteau's son. So his dad kind of helps him get rescued. He was only captured for a short amount of time, but yeah, like I said, his dad and brother helps him rescue. So to help Linguini, he started Remy helps Linguini cook. I'm so sorry, it's kind of hard for me to read my own writing on the script, like, no joke. So oh man, I really gotta start writing cleaner and better looking scripts. Wow. So then Remy helps them cook Ratatouille, since Ratatouille was the dish he ordered. The name of the movie is Ratatouille. So yeah, the name of the movie, right? So he gets with so they have to cook for Ego a dish called Ratatouille, the name of the movie. So you get it, nostalgia meme, and he's impressed, so he wants to meet the chef. Yeah, so after he cooks him Ratatouille, he wants to meet the chef, but they show him Remy, and Ego thinks it's a joke, but they explain to him the whole story. He writes his review, which is a positive review after Ego writes his review, and Ego's review really changes his perspective about cooking and about food and about really who can cook food, and there's really no limits, because like I said at the beginning of the movie, Ego, he's kind of like the mean old grandpa guy. Like I said, his character development throughout the whole movie is really, really cool. So it's a positive review, and of course, they found out about rats in the kitchen, so the original Chef Gusteau's got shut down, because Chef Skinner ratted them out. Get it? They got ratted out. Get. Okay. So after that, they kind of make their own restaurant, and it kind of unfolds as that Remy was telling the story, and I think that's a really cool way to end the movie, about kind of Remy telling the story on this and that, and everyone's having a good time. Remy even got along with his dad. So yeah, like I said, pretty good movie. Next review, probably I don't know, maybe Monsters Inc. Okay guys, so sorry if this review was a little choppy. I haven't made a video in a while. So yeah, this video has to get 30 likes. Remember, get this video to 30 likes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Make sure slap the like button, get this video to 30 likes. If you make this far in the video, comment something funny and I'll reply back to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be making a lot more videos soon.